Have you ever noticed how differently people treat their birthdays? Some people treat it like a full-blown event. Decorations, cakes, parties, photos, messages, everything. And then there are people who wake up on their birthday and treat it like any other day. No excitement, no countdown, no big celebration. Maybe they even forget it themselves until someone reminds them. And if you've ever wondered why that happens, the truth is a lot deeper than they just don't care. Before going forward, subscribe, Navbone, for more life-changing lesson. For some people, the reason starts way back in childhood. Maybe their birthdays were never a big deal at home. Maybe nobody planned anything. Maybe money was tight. Or maybe people were just too busy. Or worse, maybe they expected love and attention on that one day, and it didn't show up. When you experience that disappointment over and over, your brain starts protecting you. It tells you don't expect anything so you don't get hurt again. And over time, you stop expecting. You stop hoping. Eventually, your birthday becomes just another day because expecting anything else feels risky. It's not because you don't want joy. It's because you learned not to rely on it. Then there are people who don't celebrate simply because life feels heavy. Responsibilities pile up. Work, deadlines, school, family problems, bills. It all becomes so much that celebrating yourself feels unnecessary or even impossible. You wake up thinking maybe you'll do something later, but the day gets swallowed by responsibilities. By the time you look up, the day is over. You didn't avoid your birthday intentionally. You were just busy surviving. When your mind is in survival mode, celebration feels like a luxury, not a priority. And then there's another group of people who don't celebrate because they've developed a different mindset. They know it's their birthday, but they don't feel a strong need to make it a big deal. They don't rely on gifts, attention, or social media messages to feel valued. They find their self-worth internally, not externally. For them, peace and growth matter more than one day of attention. They're not sad or disappointed. They're just steady. They've learned that self-worth isn't seasonal. It doesn't show up once a year with balloons and candles. It's something you carry quietly every day. And here's the interesting part. The way someone treats their birthday often mirrors the way they treat life. People who love big celebrations often love external experiences, connection, and shared joy. People who keep it low-key often value solitude, simplicity, and inner peace. And neither way is wrong. It just reflects how different people process meaning, connection, and happiness. But there's also a quiet truth here. Some people don't celebrate not because they're strong, but because they're tired. They've dealt with disappointment, loneliness, or feeling unseen for so long that they stop asking for anything. And if that's you, it doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you've been protecting yourself the only way you know how. But there's a catch. When you numb yourself to avoid pain, you also numb yourself to joy. And over time, that quiet distance from celebration can turn into emotional distance from yourself. So if you're someone who downplays your birthday, ask yourself this. Are you truly at peace with it? Or have you just gotten used to not expecting much? There's a difference between not needing celebration and not allowing yourself to feel joy. One comes from strength, the other comes from survival. And if you want to change that pattern, you don't need a big party or a dramatic celebration. Start small. Do one thing just for yourself on your birthday. Eat your favorite meal, take a quiet walk, buy something you've been putting off, or simply acknowledge yourself for making it another year. That small act tells your brain, I matter. And over time, that shifts how you feel. Not just about your birthday, but about yourself. And if you're someone who loves celebrating, that's perfectly okay too. Celebrate fully, enjoy it. Just remember that your worth doesn't come from how many people show up or how big the celebration is.